Many of us grew up, what the word is internment, right? The internment camps. And over the past 6 years, as I've been researching this issue, that word internment is infuriating to me now because it is a softening of
Mm.
the history of what actually happened, right? When you were a kid, and even as an adult, like if you hear someone was interned, like it's soft. It's a very soft, weak word. It's very unclear. Like I think internment, I think like internship, right? Oh, you're an intern at a company having a good time as a summer intern.
Mm.
No, like internment is incarceration, right? It is you
Mm.
are in a prison. You are treated like dirt by the government. And that was literally what these incarceration camps were. And these are desolate, hastily built outdoor
Mm.
prisons. And if you can imagine, right, that you and your family, all of a sudden one day you are going about your business, government agents knock on your door and they say, "Hey, Chris, you are of Japanese descent." And Executive Order 9066 has told us that the president says anyone of Japanese descent is an enemy alien of the state. You and your family need to report at this government facility on this date and time. You are allowed to bring one bag weighing no more than 100 pounds, and they're out in the middle of a desert. So, in this environment, you had these men who, when the government realized that they should be giving the opportunity, right, for Japanese Americans to volunteer for the army and fight for America, which is very ironic, right, to volunteer to fight for freedom abroad when you and your family are behind barbed wire with machine gun towers not pointed outward, they're pointed inward at you.
Mm.
That is an extraordinary moment
Mm.
in US history and what the Purple Heart Battalion novel is all about. It is about bravery under impossible circumstances. It is about patriotism and literally fighting for freedom, putting your life on the line for a country that betrayed you, that stripped you of your constitutional rights and put you in an outdoor prison camp. And these men, they rose above all of that. They said, I want to restore my family's honor. I want
Mm.
to demonstrate and prove my loyalty to America when so many Americans at the time were castigating Japanese Americans, that even the many of them that were American citizens, right? They basically were being told that you don't belong here. Go back to where you came from. And they were born here. They're American
Right.
citizens. Like their home is in California. It's in Arizona. It's in Oregon, Washington, etc. So I'm really excited to be taking these next steps to self-publish the book, and it's just been such an incredible journey.
I cannot wait to read what you've researched, what you've written, because I like very little about this really horrible piece of our American history. Talk a lot about patriotism. I talk a lot about the American flag, and I say it isn't free from stains and tears, right? And this is definitely a stain and a tear in our history. I originally had heard about it from my husband, Dan, my co-host, because his history teacher, when he was a boy, had been incarcerated, been interned,
Wow.
incarcerated, right? I had not heard about it at all. I don't know how that escaped my history lessons.
When I learned about how many of these men, they volunteered for the US Army from the incarceration camps. And so to back up a second, December 7th, 1941, Japan bombs Pearl Harbor. And that changed everything for the US's involvement in the war, but it also had dire unconstitutional consequences for Americans of Japanese descent who were living here. President Roosevelt issued Executive Order 9066, and with a single stroke of a pen, he assigned 120,000 innocent Americans of Japanese descent. He assigned them as enemy aliens, stripped them of their constitutional rights, and sent them to one of 10 concentration camps in America.